Okay, let's get into it, can we? All right. 18... Okay, one second. We gotta do this right. We're just gonna do a quick deep dive into what we're up to. So we are going to go ahead and head right into... Where is... Oh, it's underwater. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and get it right in here. There we go. And then... Oh, submarine scene. There we go. Put some beeps out there. Okay, we are deep diving into this, right? We're in our underwater thing. Okay. The Martinez. The Martinez cocktail comes from California in some way or another. I know as a Californian bartender that we will always be in New York's shadow. For a very, very long time, all we ever heard was that New York was the place for cocktails. New York brought us the Manhattan. New York probably brought us the Martini. New York gave us that bar culture, probably where the Vermouth came from. This is an Italian ingredient, I think is probably a better one. That was coming from New York. So certainly New York holds a really big claim on being the kings of the cocktail, and I will give it to them. California always has one, maybe 0 bars in the top bars in the United States. Well, if we're going to really get into it, and I'm not looking to pick a fight. Let's put the beeps on again. I'm not looking to pick a fight with New York at all. I love New York. New York and I, we're kismet. But when we talk about a cocktail that truly brought together all of the ingredients, all of the techniques that we had been using for a long time in order to create cocktails, it's hard to not point to the Martinez, all right? It's really, really difficult. We are taking a cocktail that is spirit-based, big fat spirit right up in front. We are going to be sweetening it with something. We are going to be using some liqueur to then add extra flavor, and we're going to be bittering it. These are some of the big movements in cocktail. Now, we can look at it and say, well, not a lot has changed. Not a lot has changed. And that's true. Not a lot has changed. But the things that have changed can basically find their way back to a place called Martinez, California. It's up north. Listen, if I'm going to pick a fight, I'll pick a fight with a San Francisco bartender all day. We're in the same ring, all right? I'll fight San Francisco right now. Give it to LA, baby. I don't want to do that either. But the Martinez is one of those cocktails that absolutely displays all of the technology at the time for bartending, and thus we are going to jump in to this cocktail. First written about by a guy named O.H. Byron. I was gonna see if you guys think this is funny. One sec. O.H. Byron. Byron. That's his name. His name is Byron. You guys don't think that's funny? Can't hear you laughing. Okay, anyway, basically, this is the first time it's ever written about is 1884 in his book called, what else are you gonna call it? The Modern Bartender. I have it written down. The Modern Bartender. This is a great name. Modern for 1884. However, this cocktail had certainly been around since at least 1860, possibly earlier than that. So, that's, I think, all the history we need to know on it. So if you guys don't mind, let's come on up. We are coming up. Turn those off. Oh, turn that off. I guess we're going to beep for a second. And then go back to normal. Perfect. Okay. We're coming up. That's us coming up from the deep dive. Okay, so we got to build this cocktail first because we have to see what's going into it. What is making this cocktail so influential, right? We got to figure it out. So let's do it. There we go. Yes. Oh, thank you, Richie the Whiff. Such pro-level production value tonight. I have one more planned for us. We're gonna see how it works. Tiki Bon Bay Area cocktails have, but yeah, listen, the Bay Area gave us a lot of good stuff. I would say that Hollywood gave us Tiki, and then other people snatched it and took it up north. But that's fine. Okay, fine. It's fine. It's fine. We're all Californians in the end. Okay, let's get into this cocktail. Incredibly simple for what we're doing. The same way that if you read an old Edgar Allan Poe novel and you're like, well, I've seen this 1,000 times. He created the modern detective novel. Go back and read some of his detective stories. You're like, I've seen this 1,000 times. You saw it once when you were reading it new. Now everybody's stealing from it. So let's get into how this one goes. We're going to start with cheapest ingredients first. Cheapest ingredients first normally. Not today. Let's just get into it. We're going to start over here with some gin. You know what? I'm just going to show off DCW Clark's thing while we reach for a different gin. The soundboard is really, yes, the sound, listen, we're getting the soundboard ready to go. Okay, we're gonna start off over here instead. I wanted to find a gin that had a lot of character to it. All right, when this cocktail was coming out, the London Dry Gin was not a thing that they just had at the ready, right? Certainly it was around, but it wasn't just a thing. Basically what they were doing was they were making an Old Tom gin or a Genever, which is a lot less distilled, still has a lot of those flavors. So I want to find something that had some oomph. Now, yes, did the Rangoni Company and I split ways a little while ago? Yes, we did. But I do have a lot of their gin. So we're still going to use their gin. So this is their Alto gin. Very herbally. This one smells like a Christmas tree, like I imagine a lot of gins back in the day certainly did. So we're going to go ahead and put in 1.5 ounces of some gin. Genever, Old Tom, or something in the drier category that is big flavor. So 1.5 ounces of some gin. Cool. Then we're going to use some modern technology for 1860. We are going to sweeten this in 2 different ways. We have 2 different sweeteners coming in here. We're going to start over here with our friend Sweet Vermouth. Right there. A full ounce. It's a lot of vermouth. Well, I said it on Thursday. I'm going to say it again. That's a lot of vermouth to put into a lot of sweet vermouth to put into a gin cocktail. You just don't see that as much as you do anymore. I mean, during the 80s, everybody hated vermouth. Who was I talking to the other day? They said they hate vermouth. What? Fine. Okay. A lot of vermouth. We're going to be putting in 1 ounce of some sweet red vermouth. The Italian stuff, right? Cool. All right. We're going to give this an improvement. We're going to improve this cocktail. Now, what's so crazy about this is we're going to be putting in some maraschino liqueur, and that is going to improve this cocktail. Now, not everybody likes maraschino liqueur, so that doesn't mean that everybody thinks this is an improvement, but when you put maraschino liqueur into a cocktail, that means it is improved. That's how we do it. If you make an improved tequila cocktail, it is a basic tequila cocktail, bitters, sugar, tequila, and you throw in some maraschino liqueur. A fantastic cocktail if you've never tried it. Maraschino and tequila go very well together. They do this little dance when they get together. It's just like they get really into themselves and big hug fest. It's like they're seeing Tiesto out at Hakkasan in Vegas. They just really are vibing with it, just going together. Maraschino liqueur is just one of those things that works well with a lot of stuff. So we want to put this in. We don't need a lot. We don't need a lot. A lot of them are calling for, a lot of recipes for this, the early recipes are calling for teaspoons, less than tablespoons, half drops, that kind of thing. We're not doing that. This is a modern palate that we're working with. We're not too worried about blowing out our palate. We're going to be putting in 1/4 ounce of some maraschino liqueur. All right. Now, The other day, when we made this cocktail, we put no bitters in here. No bitters whatsoever. What we replaced it with was some lime juice. Interesting thing to add to it, or lime juice or lemon juice, whatever. We put some juice in there. We put some citric acid, some malic acid. We put that kind of stuff in here. This original cocktail kind of lends itself to that because the bitters we're putting in here are going to be some orange bitters. Citrusy, right? We're adding some citrus into this. So great. We're going to be putting in, we're going to get our old friend, Steve the Bartender's bitters. He gave me a little, gave me the little garbage. Gave me a little garbage the other day because I was mentioning his bitters somewhere. And he said, I thought you didn't like the orange ones. I do very much like his orange bitters. They're very good. They're not as good as his other bitters. They are very good orange bitters. They're just, he has phenomenal bitters. And then he has some good orange bitters. There are other orange bitters in the world, but this is Steve the Bartender's bitters. We're going to be using these up. We want to put 2 big dashes of some orange bitters. Right there. DC David Clark asking right questions. Why can't we have the lime and orange bitters? You can. That's a different cocktail. Now, DC got her thinking cap on, not her drinking cap on yet. All right, I feel like a lot of reading some of these comments. A lot of you put the drinking cap on too early. DC's asking the right question. Can we improve this cocktail? Can we sour this cocktail up by adding some sour? Absolutely, we did it. The Emerson was so great. It was so great. Surprisingly good, I'll be honest with you. I was not expecting to like the Emerson as much as I did. We are going to, we're going to finish the cocktail off like this though. And then in the next version, we're gonna make it better. So this is our cocktail as it lies so far. Let's get some ice going in here. Crack this open. Right there, nice little piece of clear ice. Get our, this little guy, even though we've touched it with our hands already, I'm just gonna throw some ice right into here. We could, if we wanted to, put a second big cube of ice in there. That would be the professional bartender thing to do. But I do not live where Tiki Tom lives, where he can make 20 pounds of clear ice just willy-nilly. I have like 80, 90 meatballs sitting right now in my freezer that makes my ice, which leaves very little room for ice. So I have to start eating meatballs before I can make ice again. Don't forget the pineapple, says Moose. Thank you, Moose. I shouldn't have told you guys. I should have just gone through. All right, we're gonna give this a stir. There we go. Nice, easy stir right there. Getting our little fingers moving in the right way. Oh, it's a weird angle. Go back to this one. There we go. We want to make sure that that ice cube is definitely melting. The point of stirring is to melt some of the ice. So that's, we want that to melt a little bit. We're aiming for about 20% of the cocktail's weight to be in water. That's a pretty good metric to go off of. All right, I have a very nice situation here. Oh, Bonbon. Kyle has a present for you. He wants to bring that in right now. This is, he's very excited to give this to you. So Kyle will come in with that any minutes. While we're doing this, we will go ahead and pour this out into our glass. Coming in with, if Crayola ever reaches out to me and says, do you, for some reason, want to create a cocktail or a crayon color, would you like to do that? I would say yes. I would like it to be cocktail brown. There we go. Here is Kyle's present to Bonbon. This is a fresh picked orange right off of our tree. Kyle, very excited to say hi to Bonbon. We got to teach you sign language. You know, B-O-N, B-O-N, B, B. There you go, B-O, N. Nope. That's an R. That's an N. B-O-N. You got it. I feel like I've just given Kyle an atomic weapon. He's gonna come in here and start spelling things. Bye, Kyle. Good to see you. Okay, this is our orange, fresh off the tree. We're gonna snap this little guy off. We do need this one to have a little bit of zest on it. So we are going to take this guy right here, and we are going to slice above our cocktail. That means any of the oils that we cut off are going to fall right into our cocktail. We're going to give this a bit of a spritz just to get all of that good oil coming off of it. Pull one of these, and since we have just a little bit of time, why not make it look nice? Let's bring in Make It Look Nice Cam. Is this one still working? Great. Make It Look Nice Cam. We're just going to take sides off of it here, sides off of it here, make it look nice and flush, and then we will go from here we go from here, go straight out to the side like that. Same thing over here like that. Give ourselves a little cut right there in the middle to put this on. Do a little flipperoo here. I'll put a little butterfly on there. There we go. Switch to this cam. Drop this here. And there we have it. One of my favorite ways to put a garnish onto a cocktail. Let's look at it from this angle. Oh yeah, look at that. Like a little eagle. This is it. This is it. This is the Martinez. From here, from this cocktail, right, we definitely see the Martini, right? The Martinez created the Martini. They think that at some point, they just dropped the Z at the end of this, and then the Martini came about. We take out the sweet vermouth, we put in some dry vermouth, we take out the Maraschino bitters, we put either, an onion for a Gibson, or we do a twist of lemon to make it into a Martini. Kyle, that is a very strong orange. But this, so the Martini comes from this, which means there's a good chance that also the Manhattan had something to do with this. It comes from the Manhattan. People say that the Manhattan and the Martinez were created about the same time. Maybe. But certainly this was the one that gave birth. Nobody says from the Manhattan came the Martini. Everybody says from the Martinez comes the Martini. And then we get into things like the Brooklyn, the Greenpoint. We started to get into a lot of these classic New York style cocktails, despite the fact that it was definitely California cocktail. Again, not looking to fight with New York. I love New York. I love New York bartenders. Overall, I think New York bartenders are the greatest bartenders in the world. But credit where credit's due, the Martinez. So this is the Martinez. Cheers to you guys. Oh, I thought of something. Oh, think about it. Oh, God, that's so good. Okay. Hey, let's do a cheers. Shall we do a cheers? I'm going to go right up to here. We're going to do a little cheers. We're going to tip you right there. Ding. Now, since we can't touch our glasses, instead of cheersing with your glass, cheers with that like button. We had a lot of likes when I missed an ingredient. We had more likes than we normally do. And suddenly that video is one of my biggest watch. So apparently it does help when you guys like the thing. So just give it a like. There we go. Let me say what's up to Poncho. Good to see you, Poncho. I saw that Craigie was in here. There he is, Craigie. Very lucky guy, absolutely. We love old Craigie, one of our favorites. Anybody else join? I think that's Richie the Whiff. We said that. That doesn't look like. I think Rich maybe heard how much. I said that Jay Carter, one of the longest watchers. Richie the Whiff has been with us since the Lisa Watanabe Memorial Cutting Board. No, I was not using a Lisa Watanabe Memorial Cutting Board. That is now, she is back then, she was my brother's girlfriend. Now she's my sister-in-law. So, the whole thing. Okay. Okay, that's what we got. So this is as classic as a cocktail gets, right? When we talk about, you talk about the first ever cocktail, people mention the Sazerac all the time. That's great. The Sazerac is a great cocktail coming out of New Orleans. New Orleans is a booze town. Hard to make beer in New Orleans. It doesn't work. So it's a booze town. So they do great cocktails. But if we're going to talk about influential, it's going to be difficult to say that the Martinez is not that one. The one where from here, even with a built cocktail like this already, we could start to add a few things in. DC says, why not add a little bit of lime juice in there? Absolutely. We could switch it out. Here we go. Chuck saying with cognac or rye, absolutely. This cocktail works with cognac. It works with rye. It works with tequila. It works with anything that you want to put in here. This is a fabulous base for a cocktail using everything that we knew about cocktails at that time. Either created by Jerry Thomas, the professor, or some bartender in Martinez, California. We don't know. We were drinking. Okay, so that is step one. Now it's time to take our thinking caps off and put on our suggestion caps. How do we make this better? Knowing what we have right here, knowing what this base is, how do we make this better? Now, we are a Tiki show. Normally, I am more of a, let me put this down. I am more of a classically New York style trained bartender over here, which is why this kind of stuff really excites me. I really enjoy this. This is where I come from. But we could certainly, okay, here we go. I think it would be amazing with pisco or cachaça. I freaking love this idea. I love this idea. Did you know? This is a little fact I know. More pisco gets drank in San Francisco than anywhere in the world outside of Peru. This is coming from the Bay Area. Are we cool with pisco? I think we start with pisco. I got some pisco right back here. I got some Porton. Ready to go. Oh, Kyle, do you want this? I mean, I'll drink it. But if you want it, I'll give it to you. Yes, I think pisco would be a fabulous base for that. So, let's throw some pisco in there. There's a variation. You could fish for likes and leave maraschino out of an improved cocktail. I don't know if that's fishing for likes. I think that's called rage baiting. And yes, we have rage baited. You're good? Kyle's good. Okay, Kyle, so I'll just put this off to the side here. Jay, do you remember when Kyle was Kyle Helperton? Kyle is still Kyle Helperton. His name on Instagram. Okay, so I think that's a good plan there, Moose. Let's start. I only have this. We have a metal one here. Moose wants to know, can I tell the difference between Chile and Peru pisco? I'll tell you what I can do. All right, I don't know if this counts. And again, picking fights with everywhere right now. I can tell the difference between good pisco and bad pisco. Is all Chilean pisco bad pisco? Certainly not. Is all Peruvian pisco good pisco? No. So could I tell the difference between a pisco made in Peru versus one made in Chile? I got a good shot at it. I'd have a good shot at it. We only carry Peruvian pisco in this place. One of my very good friends, my old writing partner, was a Peruvian, Claudia. She was great. So we carry Peruvian pisco just in order to honor the friendship. All right. Let's go ahead and start this with our pisco. So we're going to go ahead and put in 1.5 ounces. We're just gonna follow the same basic build. 1.5 ounces of our Peruvian pisco right in here. I sure do like pisco. Okay. Johnny Vanbaker said he's seen that bottle. Yeah, it's a great bottle. The Pisco Porton is a pretty widely circulated bottle of Pisco. There are just the same way that there's a bajillion tequilas, but the ones that we see are things like, what are they called? Whatever. We see the same 5 bottles of tequila all over the place. The Pisco Porton is the one that really sort of is out there, ready to go. So, but it's very nice. Works very, very well. Okay. Now, sweetener. My thought on this would be that we stick with, in order to keep one thing the same, that we stick with the sweet vermouth. That's my thought on it. I don't know what else we have in here. Let me just check real quick. Let me just head down to the basement real quick, see if we have anything fun down here. We don't really have anything fun down here. Triple sec. Sparkling water. We have some Genepi in here. But beyond, Everclear. We have Everclear. Oh gosh, I probably should have shown that on camera. I don't know if that's legal in California. Okay, I think though that we keep it with the sweet verm. So I'm making that the way to go. So we're gonna be putting in 1 ounce of some delicious sweet vermouth. Okay, friends, Romans, and countrymen, lend me your ears for this one. Maraschino liqueur was pretty readily available back in the day. It was easy enough to get your hands on. You can find it. We did not have the absolute wealth of choice in our liqueurs like we do today. So, my feeling on this would be to find a liqueur that we think will go well, will mix in to the pisco to bring out its flavors, but only in small amounts. So, I can either leave it up to you guys, or I can start reading the phone book back here. We do have this Genepi. That sounds pretty nice. We have some Cinque, which is a sort of a bitter vermouth. We have Strega. We got the Witch. We have Aperol. We have Creme de Violette. We have coffee liqueur. We have some Ambrosia. I have a number of different cacaos. That one right there. I have mint. Don't do that to me. Don't make me put mint in my cocktail. I want to drink this at some point. We have Cherry Morelosco, which is like a cherry hearing type of thing. Another one we have that I think would be really nice in here is we have this Liquor 43. This is yes, I know it. And there's Chuck being clever. Hate creme de menthe. Listen, if you guys all decide that you want to put mint in here, I will do it. But bleh, gross. What else do we have back here? Oh, we have allspice dram. We got allspice dram. All of these things would work really well because all we're doing is giving this a hint of extra flavor, right? We have Passoa back here. I know Richie the Whiff is here. I'm sure he'd love to see the Passoa go out. We have Chambord. I have Frangelico, hazelnut that I got back here. Boy, I got a lot of stuff back here. We got to start doing more liqueur-based things. My very good friend Paper gave me Cinnabon. Thanks, Paper. We have peach. We have apricot. We have banana. Okay, I think that's enough. Put your heads together. Mind meld, real quick. Anything that we want to try. I have a bottle of Liquor 43 chocolate. That sounds delicious. Yeah, Liquor 43 is orange and vanilla plus 41 other things. That's why it's called Liquor 43, because there's 43 magical ingredients in here, and it's been around since I think the time of the pyramids. They've been making this stuff. So, all right. I'll give you guys a second. Oh, we have falernum that could go into this. That could give us a bit of a tiki vibe that sometimes we're looking for. We have Stro 160. Don't do that one. We have Bumbu. Give it a little rum flavor, a little bit of that banana coconut. Calling for amaretto. Oh my goodness. Let me see what I got in the amaretto category. Are you amaretto? No, you're Liquor 43. Do I have an amaretto back here? I always did, and now I think maybe I've lost it. Dang. One second. I have Chinar. I have Pear. I have Pois William back here. I don't have any amaretto. The most basic of all the things to add to a cocktail. I don't have it. Let me just look down here. Maybe I put it somewhere different. I have Amaro Nonino down here. Amaro Nonino. I have vodka. I have vodka. Okay, there we go. Now we're mind melding. There we go. Thank you, Bonbon. You lead this mind meld. Yes. Tiki Bonbon. Falernum is totally Tiki Boo. Fighting in the parking lot. Good for you. Tiki vibe. Stretch. Whoa. Okay. Galliano. I have Galliano. Oh, Lord. I have Strega, which is very similar to Galliano. I don't have my little bottle. Oh, I have a bottle of Galliano. It's all the way in the back. Do you want me to get it? Or do we feel good about Galliano? I've got to reach all the way back here and get it. I want to be miffed. Oh, no, I don't. That's not Galliano. Never mind. Same shape. Different apparati. It's not Galliano. Okay. Had a really good drink with Pisco and Blue Curacao. I have Blue Curacao if we want. Wait, did Jen come in with something? Bumbu. Okay. Bonbon. Oh, too sweet for Bonbon. Sorry, Jen. Lost out. Yes, Malort. Thank you, Kill Devil. Chuck. Vegetal chartreuse. So we could put the vegetal chartreuse in here. I think better, listen to this, better would be to put in, I have this, this Jinipi right here. So we will throw in a little bit of this Dolan Jinipi. Comes in at 45% ABV. Well, woohoo! A little bit of this, and then a couple dashes of the vegetal. We feel good about that. And then double hit the bitters. Yeah, love that. Okay. If everybody's all right with that, I feel like that's where we're going. Yeah, Passoa for old time's sake. We'll take a shot of Passoa. We got to get rid of that bottle at some point. We'll do it with the Jinipi. So this is the Dolan Veritable Jinipi. We don't need a lot. We're just looking for about a quarter of an ounce. So we're going to go ahead and throw in this Jinipi at a quarter ounce. Right there. And in order to make it stand up a bit, we will grab our vegetal tiny bottle of the chartreuse. Put a couple dashes in here just to help out that Jinipi a little bit. Just a couple drops. That's all you need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. All right. Got that in here. So far, Sweet Verm, Pisco, Jinipi with a little bit of the chartreuse vegetal stuff. Then, last little bit, we put in orange bitters to the last one. We have a lot more bitters. So I got lemon bitters, celery bitters, mint bitters. So we can, I don't mind putting mint bitters into this at this point. We do have Bonbon's vanilla bitters. hanging out back here. We got chocolate bitters. We have some of my favorite rhubarb bitters. We have black walnut bitters, orange bitters. We have a number of orange bitters. I have mole bitters. I think that might go really well with what we got. And I got cherry bitters. I also have New Orleans bitters, Jamaican bitters, barrel aged, the bitter housewife, barrel aged bitters. Anybody got a thought on that? Rhubarb. There we go. I love a definite answer that isn't just trying to make me drink mint liquor. This stuff's so good. Okay, we're gonna be putting in like 3 dashes of this. 3 dashes of some rhubarb bitters. Throw those back up here. And thus, we have created a new cocktail following that old method. We have another option to make. Do we want to put in any juice, any sour, anything like that? We have some pineapple back here. I don't know. I'm not feeling pineapple in this, but a little bit of lime juice, a little bit of lemon juice. You guys let me know, and we will decide from there. Wait for you guys. Meanwhile, while we're doing this, let's take it to the cave, shall we? Clark asking for passion fruit. Yes, Dr. Cush has more bitters than most people have spices in their kitchen drawer. That's a definite. That's definite. There's no way to say it. When I tell people that they have to get when they're getting their bar in order, tell them bitters first, and then go from there. All right. Honestly, I think we skip it. Let's skip it. Let's give this a stir. Chinola. Do I have chinola back here? Oh, I have chinola mango. Oh, I have chinola passion fruit. We can put a little passion fruit in here. I'm all right with that. So what we don't want is to over sweeten this. So the chinola definitely has a bit of the sour that we're looking for. It smells so good. We don't need a whole lot. We're gonna be putting in about 1/4 ounce of some chinola. While we're pouring, let's go back to the bar, shall we? Cool. Yes. Oh, I had Pessoa right there, but not Pessoa. We'll put Pessoa on the side. Richie the Whiff and his love of Pessoa. Oh, that's nice. Lola's okay. So the name on that bottle, I don't know if you guys saw, is Lola. That is Richie the Whiff's cat. We put that on her. We put that her name on that bottle to send luck, send all wishes. We are cat people here at Dr. Cush Exotic Drinks. This is 1/4 ounce of some passion fruit syrup. Passion fruit liqueur almost. And then we got this. Okay, let's give this a stir. Drop it in here, right there. And we'll stir this one up. Here we go. Get this up and out, and we shall pour. Same basic color. Getting a lot of that color, of course, from the sweet vermouth. There we have it. Let's give this is Kyle's orange. Let's slice and dice Kyle's. What did I do with the knife? There's a missing knife, everybody. So just be careful where you step. Anybody see where I did it with what I did with the knife? Did I keep it in there? No. Got this out. Did you fly to the back? All right. Well, we'll use this one. Nope, can't use that. Oh, you know what? We'll use this one instead. No idea what happened to the knife. We're going to need that, though, for the next drink, so that's not ideal. Oh, there it is. Put it in the wrong thing. Yeah. Give this a little orange Duke here. There. Give that a squeezeroo and drop that in. That is a brand new cocktail, my friends. We just followed a recipe for an amazing cocktail, the Martinez, in order to come up with this. I think the only way to do this is to drink this, drink this, drink this. Figure it out. That's spectacular. Sweet vermouth doing certainly some heavy lifting in this. There's a whole theory on timing of flavors coming out. So right up front, I'm getting that sweet vermouth with a little bit of that passion fruit. The gin sort of bridges us until we end. The last of our flavors is going to be ending on that's vegetal, that's the Jinipi, the Dolan Jinipi. It is a fantastic cocktail. Thanks. Non-touchable. Careful with missing knives. Yeah. Too little place to put them, and then I don't know what to do with them. Okay. Well, I'm going to leave this up to you guys to name this one. But this is a crowd-sourced cocktail here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. I appreciate you guys playing the game with me. But all we did was take what we know works. The Martinez works. With almost anything, the Martinez works. We have seen how much the Martinez has spread out. It really is the beginnings of modern mixology, modern cocktailing lives inside the Martinez. And from here, we just switched a few things out. Kept enough of it to still be recognizable, and dropped a lot and added a lot to make it into something special. Boy, that is good. Try that against this one. I like ours better. I like ours a lot better. Okay. That's the Martinez. An amazing way to create your own cocktails, to figure out what works and what doesn't. The reason that I'm such an advocate for vermouth is because vermouth works when it works. When vermouth does good work, vermouth is one of the best things you can add to a cocktail. When it doesn't work, it can make your stuff taste like vinegar and gross and disgusting. But when it does work, very, very nice. Okay. Bonbon, it is Bonbon's birthday. It was Bonbon's birthday yesterday. I wanted to make one of her favorite drinks. She claims is one of her favorite drinks. And I now have the lighting, I think, in order to get this one done and looking good on camera. So we're going to be making Dr. Cush's Exotic Old Fashioned. All right. This is in honor of Bonbon. We will light up an Old Fashioned for you. So let's get everything going. I assume, oh, there you go. I assume most of you have seen this. If you haven't, it's kind of fun. But in the meanwhile, let's take you to the to where we'll be making this, and this is a lonely stage in a black box theater somewhere on Wilshire Boulevard. There we go. Oh, 1 second. I gotta get my whole face in there. There we go. All right. Here we are, all by ourselves in a lonely bar. Let's make Dr. Cush's Exotic Old Fashioned. We're going to take a sugar cube. We're going to throw it right in here. We are going to be adding bitters. Angostura bitters. 44.7% alcohol, making them 89.4% alcohol, or 88 point, or 89 point something, whatever. It makes it that percentage, or that makes it that proof. All right. I know that I will get, I get letters every time Mix reposts me making this cocktail. I get hate. People telling me that I don't know how to make a cocktail, that I don't know what I'm doing, putting in way too much bitters for a cocktail to work. I respectfully completely disagree. I like bitters. I think bitters by itself can work. The same thing that when we are sipping on Fernet, when we're sipping on Montenegro, when we're sipping on any of these bitters, that bitter flavor is something that you can go for. Yes, my old fashioned is a little out there because of how many bitters we put in there, but we are adjusting the bitters by adding in some fire to it. So we're going to go ahead and really give this a nice soak. So just honestly, you want to be cool? Don't count how many bitters I'm putting in here. We need enough bitters to really soak the bottom of this. Get a good little bit going there. Excellent. All right. This is how we start with our sugar and bitters. We want to, before we get too deep into this, we want to give ourselves a nice thick cocktail Duke with a very fresh orange. Kyle, these oranges are spectacular. So whatever you're doing with those oranges, keep it up, pal. Really, really good work. We're going to put this right off here to the side. We are going to take our muddler, our masher, and we're going to mash our bitters. Mash our bitters and our sugar until we get what I love to refer to as sludge. We want that good sludge in there. The idea is that when we spin this, it should catch the sides. So I think with just enough light in here, you can see that there's sugar that is building up here on the sides. That is what we want. All right. So let's then grab our, oh, what's Keith and Avery here? Good to see you guys. Keith and Avery. Fun fact, both allowed behind the bar. I don't have a lot of light back here, so I do go missing. Kyle, can you put toothpicks on my shopping list for me, please? Thank you. Appreciate you. Okay, we have our toothpicks ready to go. You, of course, can do this. You, of course, can do this with just a flame, just a match, a torch, anything. It will impart some butane into your cocktail, and we do not want that. All right, my nieces made this for me. This is a little Tiki guy holding a lighter. So thank you to Archer and Avalon for getting that going for me. All right, we want to put these into our weak hand. So whatever hand is not your dominant hand, put that in here like this. Sorry, never mind. We're gonna put it into our dominant hand. We're gonna spin with our other one. Now you want to be chasing the bitters. So whichever way the bitters are going, you want the flame to be behind that. Give that a spin, and then boosh, boosh. Pretty good. The light is good enough at this point. You can't see the blue flame. I think that's a camera issue, but I think we got to see the flame a lot higher than normal. Plus, Now you can see my face. So that is what we're going for. Some of that bitters has certainly fallen off. It has been burned out, right? Some of it's been burned out, leaving, basically what we've burned out is the alcohol that's in the bitters, giving us sort of a roasted bitter flavor. Yes, this cocktail will be a little bit more bitter than normal old fashions, but still very, very good. We're going to take a gargantuan bottle of Maker's Mark, just the biggest one you can find, and we're going to be putting in 2 full ounces of some of our whiskey. This is a wheated bourbon, so we're going to find a lot of wheat notes in here. Right there. Now, a couple other questions. Is the glass hot? The glass is a little warm, just a little warm. Most bar glasses will be tempered, and there is no way to get your bitters hot enough so that when you put in some ice here afterwards, or you put in some booze here afterwards, that it'll crack the glass. All right, you're not going to get it that hot. You are heating up the outside. You're heating up the fuel in this is the bitters, right? The fuel isn't sticking to the glass. As soon as the glass goes away, or as soon as the bitters goes away, the glass is fine. These are all the questions I get when we make this online. Then we want to, of course, throw in our ice cube. Before we do that, we want to take the orange right there, put it off to the side so that we have the cube sitting low. A big part of this cocktail, because we did not add any water to the sugar and to the bitters, we now need to sort of overwater this one. So we are going to give this a heftier spin than we normally would with any other kind of old fashioned. 2 things: we want to definitely make sure that all that sugar gets into the cocktail, and we want to definitely make sure that we are watering this properly. Otherwise, this cocktail becomes an overly hot mess. You might as well just sip on some whiskey, because if you aren't incorporating the sugar and all of the bitters in here, it doesn't make any sense. Has anyone ever cracked a glass? Had the glass breaker crack while they were doing this? Tiki Tom, that's a good question. In my time doing this, which has been, I created this cocktail the first 2 months that I was working at the association, and that was 15 years ago. I have never seen it happen. Now, I also use somewhat hefty glasses. These things, you know, if you hit somebody with these glasses, they're gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt them. Yes, over here we got non-touchable. Tiki Tom, yes, but only with thin glasses. Yes, if it's not a tempered glass, you could have a difficult time with this. But with a tempered bar glass, something that's got some heft to it, I've never ever seen this thing break. Okay, so this, as Bon Bon has said multiple times, her favorite cocktail. So Bon Bon, a very happy birthday to you. I'm on stage alone here, so I guess I'll sing by myself to Bon Bon. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bon Bon. Happy birthday to you. Look, oh, it looks okay over here. Cheers. Ding. If you can't cheers in real life, cheers with that like button, and we will go from there. Yeah, there's a lot of yes. Everybody chime in. Everybody sing. Okay. People don't the people who own that song get mad when you yes. So I sing it a little off key, and I think that makes all the difference. I think that makes all the difference. All right. I think I'll try that version of Agricole for the bourbon. That's a spectacular idea, Chuck. This, the old fashioned, another great example of a cocktail base that works with freaking everything. All right. If you love gin, a gin old fashioned is not going to disappoint you, especially if you're bittering it with a little extra bitters. Find the way to squeeze that orange into there and really get all those flavors going. That is certainly the way to do it. So happy birthday to Bon Bon, the heart and soul of the Dr. Cush experience. Cheers to you and to all the adventures that you deserve, and maybe some surprise ones this year. We'll see. Cheers. I get so much hate for this cocktail, and they're so wrong. People are so wrong. This is such a good cocktail. It's not bitter. It's not so bitter that it makes you want to jump out of a window. The sugar gets in there. The ice is great. It's a little smoky from the orange. It really is a nice little cocktail. So that's what I got. I'm going to come back to you guys from, you know what we'll do? We will take just to get there, we'll take a quick spaceship to see you guys. There we go. Take the spaceship back to the bar, and we will go from there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. Happy birthday to our good friend Bon Bon. If you guys have a birthday coming up, let me know. This is a bar. We love celebrating birthdays at bars, so... Keith says, this is the cocktail that got him interested in cocktails. Love that. And it is an award-winning, it is a contest-winning cocktail. No, I don't want to get technical. Technically, the fajita effect won the award. But this one was where the fajita effect came from. Nobody cared about lit on fire old fashioned until the fajita effect came around. Chuck's is coming up in December. Jen or Kyle, can you guys put that onto the into the books? Chuck's is coming up in December. Cheers to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks as we orbit the Earth today, looking down upon the history of cocktails. We have been to the bottom of the sea. We have left the atmosphere. We found ourselves in a black box theater on Wilshire, and more importantly, we were able to figure out how good the California classic cocktail, the Martinez, is. If you got any West Coast pride in you, and I know that most of you don't, but if you do, remember the Martinez. That's our baby. And then the Mai Tai and the Zombie, all the Tiki drinks, that's ours too. All right, we're gonna take all those too. Cheers to you guys. And a quick reminder that these classes will always remain free, but if you can't help out this views waves, you can do it. I have a Patreon, a PayPal, and a Venmo. Those all keep the bar in booze. Right now, we're in a bit of a transition in our booze. We will be fully stocked here very, very soon. But that certainly helps. You guys certainly help. If you can't help out financially, I totally get it. It's tough times. Another great way you can do it is inviting your friends. Tell your friends all about this class. People will love this class if they're your friends, because you guys seem like the best. Last thing you can do is show up. We do classes here Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays here at Dr. Cush's Exotic Drinks. We will be back here on Tuesday. We'll have a very special show on Tuesday. We will be back here at youtube.com/@DrCush. Same Cush time, same Cush channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And until next time, what do we always say? No, we don't say that. Let's go back to space. There we go. What do we always say? We are always asking about somebody, and I forget who he is. Where is it? We're always asking about this guy.
Are you Dr. Jinga Janga?
We're gonna find him.
Bye! Bye! Are you Dr. Jinga Janga? Bye!
Goodbye, everybody.